Well, hello again, YouTube. It's Petey Two Finger, and today this is my second video on this topic, which is Black Midi. So when I think of Black Midi, the first thing, hi. So the first thing that comes to mind is a Japanese genre of music that relies on MIDI compositions to create a song or remix containing an extremely large number of notes, typically in the thousands, millions, billions, or even trillions. People who make Black Midi are known as blackers. Are they really, or are you just making that up for the article? So here's a Black Midi. You hear that? Here's a, we want to get a, that's a Black Midi. Now, somewhere in 2017 or 2018, I believe it was, I was sitting in a hot tub and I took this in a Vision. Actually, no. That was Robert Fripp's New Standard Tuning. Sorry about that. I got it in my head somehow. I thought it up. I dreamed it up. I was going over titles for an album, and I realized in my mind I couldn't think of a better combination of two words to form an album title than Black Midi. And I've got to be honest with you, at some point in time you are, prepare yourselves for Petey Two Fingers Black Midi. It's coming. I'm going to do an album with this title simply because it's such a great name for an album. But I'm thinking the material has to reflect that. And at the time, what I ended up doing was what is known now as digitally delayed. So it completely, not only did I decide it was a bad idea and change my mind, I changed the type of music that I recorded. I had already learned all this material over the period of a year for the duo, and that's what we recorded. So what brought me to that was typing Black Midi into Google and hitting enter and realizing real quickly, not only is it a band, but it's a really interesting, good band. Black Midi. They say that your band is only as good as your drummer, and I gotta tell you, they've got this guy who is just a force of nature, born with drumsticks in his hand, an absolute, like the day that they met, these three guys met this guy, was a good day for them. I gotta tell you. So initially, Black Midi came out of London in 2017. Jordy Greep, Matt Kwasniewski, Kelvin on guitar and backup vocals, Cameron Picton on bass and vocals, along with synth, and Morgan Simpson on the drums. Their names derive from Japanese music genre Black Midi. Their sound has been described as experimental, math, or noise rock, and post-punk. Now, I would go so far as to say that this is an avant-garde band. When I first saw them, they had the Schlangenheim is the name of their first album, had not been released yet, but they had a single called Boom 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 they had done very well with in 2018. And also there was a KEXP live set. So I'm going to link some of that in the description along with the new stuff, because they've got this Cavalcade album. Schlangenheim was 2019, and they won a Mercury Prize for that. They did this Black Midi Anthology Volume 1, which was 2020, and I'm not sure what that was. I think it wasn't a live, studio album. Okay, Cavalcade, that's the new one, and that's what we're here to talk about. This is due for release on the 28th of May. So if you look, I put the link for John L. This video here, I want you to watch that. That should be the first thing that you watch. If you've never heard Black Midi, trust me, click on John L. It's a little long, but it's worth it. Definitely don't fast forward. Sit through the whole, force yourself, because there's something you need to see in this video. There's a transformation, which I could not stop laughing. The whole last part of this video, I could not stop laughing. I gotta tell you, I got a very strong feeling I was watching something I should not be watching. And that's not because of the skin tight suits on the dancers. It's just because I know a completely satanic ritual when I see one. The lyrics are here. 3 encores of Oh Sonny Boy, backed only by accordion. 3 rows of pale turning brunettes protect him from the crowd. The curtain in a patchwork of imitation vermilion. A red bulb hangs low above the throne that has been found. This is the scene on Main Street when John L. comes to town. So this is the artwork for Schlangenheim, their first album. There's another one, Despair. That was dropped March 23rd, 2021. And there's all sorts of content you can absorb. The first thing I saw was this Boom Boom video, this KEXP. And I thought, what it is, it's the rhythm guitar player takes a cell phone that has it seems like someone's girlfriend is upset, and they called this person and left a harangue. Like, they were furious and they were really upset, and they yelled and screamed and let all their emotions out on the phone. So he comes up and pulls this thing up and plays this message over the microphone. And then the band starts vamping low, and the singer starts in this very thick, almost like a Scottish brogue, laying in like it's like he's making an observation about someone that he's not fond of. So the vibe that I got from it, I felt like this is something I'm not supposed to hear. Number one, I'm thinking that poor girl who made that angry phone call. And as they went on, I'm thinking, okay, this band, these kids, well, number one, they look kind of angry. They look like they're furious. But the musicianship is on a real high pedigree. Like, they're really good. But it's not blues based. It's not blues licks. And while I love rock and roll, I love classic Americana, the blues, and I understand all that, it gets old. And I really like when a band comes up with its new thing, And that's exactly why I'm excited about Black Midi. But I've got to say, I always got this creepy, bad vibe from them. I always did. The singer, he sounds like the Knights of Knee. The music is so weird, but it's so good. I've just pushed them back as a rainy day group. Because you can't listen to them in public. You have to wear headphones. If your mom or your girlfriend, whoever you're around, they're not going to tolerate this music. It's that far out there. It's that adventurous, and it's its own thing. That's why I said they're avant-garde. They truly are an avant-garde band. And this is some excellent stuff there. And I'm thinking this type of thing, it seems like they're going to implode. Like one of the comments that I read today said, this seems like the type of band that's going to release 2 or 3 albums and then you never hear from them again. And that seems accurate to me. Now, ideally and hopefully these guys, whatever happens to them, they will continue to make music and expand. But really, already listening to it now, it's like, where could you take that? Like, they're already so far out there. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please understand, I don't have any of the albums. I've only checked them out. I like them, but I haven't absorbed them yet. And there was this check in my spirit, something about these guys where I was like, no, I can't go there. It seems like this music may be of such a high quality level that when you do crack it and decode it, you're going to freak out on it and only be able to listen to that for 2 years. Because I've had that happen to me with really good weird bands before. So there's a bit of apprehension, and that me having to get over the vocalist, you know. So I gotta when I say please understand, I'm saying I'm not here as a Black Midi fan. I'm here as I've sniffed them out. They've really piqued my interest, and I think they're fucking phenomenal. Like this is a really, really original band, is what it is more than anything else. But they're good. They're also really good at the musicianship end of the deal. So if that sounds exciting and you've never checked them out, or if you remember that single Boom Boom Boom, you got to see this new one, John L. Anyway, I hope that you will comment. If you've never checked them out before, please leave me a comment and let me know what your first reaction to it was. Or hey, if you're an expert and you know all about it, I remember finding something under their title and it sounded like laptop music. So maybe there's more going on in this band than I know of. And I don't know. I do need to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until this thing Cavalcade happens, and then I'm going to just download the discography. So check it out. Black Midi. Put those guys on your list, and I would love to hear back from you if you do. So, like I always used to say, be nice. It's not that hard.